story right. Especially, I would say, for writing character and adjectives and adverbs, okay? Adjectives and adverbs are just so important, and we're going to see why when we're writing a story. But you also need to use them when you're looking at a story and you are identifying them. You've got to do that as well, haven't you, when you're doing your comprehension? Yeah? Okay, so it's important in all things. But today we're going to look particularly at writing because it helps me. If I see your writing, it helps me to know what stage you're at. Okay. I'm really sorry, but do you mind if we do a little spelling test? Are you sure? Do you like spellings? Do you like spellings? We're not going to call it a spelling test. What could we call it? A spelling game. So nothing bad is going to happen if you don't get top marks, okay? But what we need to do is practice our spellings all the time and make sure that we get a better vocabulary. And what I think I'm going to do next week, I'm going to get you some little books and you're going to keep a little dictionary of new words, okay? So any words that you learn and you don't know, like idiom, you'll keep it. So you've got a little bank of words, okay? Right, is everybody ready for their spelling test? So people who aren't here, what I'd like you to do is write them all down, and then I'm going to ask you randomly for one word to spell out as well, okay? Write them down, and then maybe take a photograph of them and put them into chat for me, okay? I've got them on my phone. Here are them, I made earlier. Okay. Give me a second. No. Now, they might be quite hard, but don't worry. And what we're going to do after we've done the spellings is something. What should I have done with them? Oh no, it's not on that one. Sorry. After we've looked at our spellings, here they are. Oh no. After we've looked at our spellings, I'm going to ask you for a synonym. Does anybody know what a synonym is? What is it? Yeah. What's an antonym? Yes, excellent. So I'm going to ask you to put it into a sentence, and that means I know that you know the meaning. Okay? Sorry, they are here. There they are. So I'm going to ask you for a sentence with the meaning, okay? And I'm also going to ask you for a synonym and an antonym of the word, okay? Right. Number one. Gracious. 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 Okay? Number two. Loneliness. Number three. Positive. Number four, possession. Possession. Number five. You okay, Francis? Have you got them all, or do you need me to? Yeah. Number five. Politeness. Politeness. Number 6. Contemplating. Contemplating. Number 7, I love this word. Flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Number 8. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Number 9. Flavor. Flavor. And number 10. Clumsy. Clumsy. Okay. So shall I go through them again? Do you want me to say them just so you can check you've got them all? Gracious, loneliness, positive, possession, politeness, contemplating, flabbergasted, ridiculous, flavour, and clumsy. Okay? Is that okay, Charlie? You've got a very serious face, Charlie. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you all to choose one word. Okay. I want you to put that word into a sentence for me. All right. You can pick the word, and it doesn't even matter. Okay. Well, it does matter if someone else has done it. Or you've got a definite word if you really want to put that word in the sentence. Okay, Isabella. What's your word? Can you spell it for me and put it into a sentence?
Positive.
Oh, I love that word. Excellent choice. Could you spell it for me, please?
Positive.
Excellent. Did she get it right? If she got it right, if you've spelled it that way, give yourself a tick. Yeah? Excellent. Did you get it right? Don't worry if you didn't. If you didn't get it right, correct it. Did you get it right, Charlie?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Francis, what is your word, please? Clumsy, good choice. Yeah, excellent. Can you spell it for me?
C-L-U-M-S.
Brilliant, brilliant spelling, because lots of people put an E into clumsy that hasn't got an E. That's a Well done. If you spelled clumsy correctly, give yourself a tick. Okay. Can you put that into a sentence for me so I know you know what it means?
The boy was very clumsy.
Oh, the poor boy. Oh. What did he do? He was so clumsy. Oh my goodness. Okay. And Charlie.
Daddy?
Can you give me your word, please?
How do you spell phrase?
How do you spell what? Sorry.
F.
How do you spell what? Sorry, Isabella, are you talking to me or are you asking somebody for a spelling?
No, I was just doing the bank.
Okay. Charlie, what's your word, please?
Flabbergasted.
Oh, my favourite. Flabbergasted. Okay, can you spell it for me?
Flabbergasted.
Perfect. Perfect. Because a lot of people get the E-R wrong. They write A instead of E-R. Okay? But it's E-R, it's flabbergasted, not flabbergasted. But in Liverpool, lots of people say flabbergasted and they spell it incorrectly. You got it right, Charlie. Well done. I'm flabbergasted. What's your sentence, please, Charlie? And you can't choose mine.
I put he was flabbergasted when he lost.
Oh, that's a really good sentence. Well done. You've got a main clause there, haven't you?
Mhm.
And a bit of clause going on too. Okay. So excellent. Well done. Now, do you want to mark the rest of their spellings? Yeah. Have you put yours into chat? But just in case you do you want a red pen? Yeah. There you go. Just do the correct spellings if they got any wrong. Yeah. Okay, so have you put yours into chat? I don't want to I want to make sure if you put them in chat, I'll check them after the class. Are there any that you struggled with and you didn't really know what they were or what they meant, or you fine with them all, do you think? Did you struggle with any? Charlie? Did you know them all?
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I think I knew them all. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Am I going to have to make the spellings harder?
Um. I guess so.
Okay. Can you please give me a synonym for one of the words? Tell me your word and give me a synonym, Charlie.
Flabbergasted synonym shocked.
Yeah, can you think of an antonym for flabbergasted? I can think of one probably. Maybe underwhelmed. I'm so underwhelmed. You know, that means I'm not flabbergasted at all. Yeah, underwhelmed. Yeah, okay. Isabella, can you give me a synonym for positive?
Well, it kind of depends, but happy.
Yes. So what was your sentence?
The girl is very positive.
Okay. All right. Are you going to give me something that she's positive about?
The girl is very positive about reading.
Good. Okay. The girl was very positive about reading. What synonym could we use for that word?
Positive.
Pardon? So positive, yeah, in that context.
Likes. The girl likes reading.
The girl liked reading, yeah. The girl was very enthusiastic about reading. Yeah. Good. What about an antonym?
I don't know what an antonym is.
An antonym, what's an antonym, Callie? Shout out so that Isabella can hear you.
The opposite meaning of a word.
It's the opposite meaning, so the opposite of positive.
Negative.
Okay. It is yes. So the opposite of positive would be negative. Well done. Good. So you could then say the girl had a very negative attitude towards reading. Did they get on well?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, can you give me an antonym, a synonym, Francis, please, for clumsy? Well done, you two. Yeah, so what could, yeah, you could just say, Not careful. Yeah, yeah. Using those two words together. No, that's an antonym. So what could you say? That's a synonym. Sorry. What would you say for an antonym?
Careful.
Yeah, good. What about you, Kelly? For your word. Taste. Did you spell out your word? Did you spell out your word? Yeah. No, spell it out for me. W. For flavour. You mean you? Yeah.
It's been safe.
Yeah. You. And what would you say for what's the opposite of flavour? Something with a less on the end, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, or tasteless, maybe. So you could have taste, you could, yeah, that's really tasty, or that's really tasteless. Yeah? Good? Excellent. We're going to do that every week, okay, because that extends your vocabulary, all right? So now, how do we make a good opening of a story? Because today we're just looking at the opening. So how do we make a good opening? 5 things. How do we make a good opening, somebody? Number 1, what do we need? Shout out. Come on, what do we need for a good story? Do we need a happy ending? What happens at the beginning of a story? What's your favourite story, Kelly? Oh, I love Roald Dahl. James and the Giant Peach is really good. So in Jan, does everybody know James and the Giant Peach? Yeah? What happens then? What do we need to do at the beginning of a good story like James and the Giant Peach? Exactly. Does anybody know what the posh word for the main character is? So we introduce the main character, that's called the protagonist. Okay? Can you all see that over there? The main character is called the protagonist. Yeah? Tell you what I'll do, I'll write it on here as well. Switching the next here. Call it number 1. Introduce the protagonist. Introduce the protagonist. Then, what else do we need in our story? At the beginning. So we've met James. Yes. Well, do we introduce the author? I don't know what you like need. You mean like the narrator, the person telling the story? That could be, yeah, we could do that. Yeah. That could be the main character, but we must have maybe other characters or maybe an antagonist. What's an antagonist? So if we have a protagonist, what do you think an antagonist is? What could this one be? So we have the protagonist, and then we have an antagonist. I'm going to test you all on this, next week. So make sure you're writing it down. So an antagonist with other characters, what might be the antagonist? What might be another name? The common name. So in Cinderella, we've got Cinderella, haven't we? And who's the baddie? Fairy godmother. She the baddie? No. Who's the baddie? I know you love Cinderella, Charlie, don't you? Who's the baddie in Cinderella? Isabella, who's the baddie in Cinderella?
I've never watched Cinderella.
You've never watched this. What about the Little Mermaid? Have you watched the Little Mermaid? No. Have you read Harry? Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the baddie then in the Little Mermaid?
Oh, I was gonna say Harry Potter's Voldemort, but
Harry Potter. Who is it? I don't really know Harry Potter very well. Who is it? Yes. Voldemort. Okay. So he is the antagonist, the baddie. Okay. So we've got the protagonist, who's the goodie, and the antagonist, who's the baddie. Who's the goodie in Harry Potter? Yes. Yeah, just like James and the Giant Peach. A story is often named after the protagonist. Okay? Now, so we've got Harry Potter. What happens at the beginning of the very first book of Harry Potter? What do we get a description of? Where does Harry Potter live at the beginning? Poor Harry. Yes, Charlie.
He lives at number 4 Privet Drive.
Very good. Yes. So we call that the setting. Okay? It's where the story starts. The world of the story. Okay? And when we get the setting, what else usually gets described is the weather. Okay? So we've got the setting. Don't forget, I'm going to test you on this next week, but we also have to have the weather, which is the WEATHER weather. What kind of word do we call that? Because we've got another weather, haven't we? WHETR. So what kind of, yes, yeah, so that's a homophone, isn't it? Do we all know that? A homophone? Good. So what do we call, what's the posh word for weather in English? This is a good one. And if you say this to your teacher tomorrow, they will be very impressed. It's called pathetic. Oh, does somebody know? Who knows? Yes, Charlie.
I'm not sure, but is it forecast?
Forecast, that's a good word as well, weather forecast. That's what's on the news. But in English, it's called pathetic fallacy. Okay? And believe it or not, you do need to know this for the Blue Coat exam. So the weather is called pathetic fallacy. Now, So what this helps to do is it sets the tone and atmosphere. What do I mean by that? What is tone and atmosphere? Shall I give you an example? So, I came into this room and I said, right, my name is Miss Trunchbull. And today, I wouldn't laugh, we are going to do the worst spellings you've ever done in your life. And your parents aren't coming back. And you're going to drink water and eat bread all weekend. Okay, what kind of atmosphere and tone is that? Is it happy? No. Horrible, isn't it? But then Miss Honey, what kind of atmosphere does Miss Honey create? Do you know Matilda? Yeah, Miss Honey's lovely, isn't she? So what kind of atmosphere? Yes, Charlie.
She's like kind and loving and caring.
Kind and caring and loving. So she would create a nice atmosphere. So you need, the weather can do that. So if it's sunny, there's usually a good atmosphere. And if it's raining and thunder and lightning, then it's usually bad things are going to happen. Okay, so at the beginning of your story, you need to introduce your main character, talk about where they live, okay? Show the weather. At the beginning of Harry Potter, it's not very nice weather, is it? So we know it's not good, okay? And then we also need to introduce maybe a baddie, okay? Well, what else? Another thing, if we've got characters, we have a description, don't we? So we can use some adjectives and adverbs here, can't we? Adverbs, maybe. And for this as well, we can have them lots of adjectives, definitely. But what do we call it? What's the best thing to talk about characters? What's the best thing to introduce us to characters, do you think? Better than anything else? Except maybe adjectives and adverbs. Yes.
Expanded noun phrase.
Pardon?
Expanded noun phrase.
Oh, what's an expanded noun phrase?
Where like the two adjectives. No.
Can you give me an example? What?
Large temperature.
Good, yes. So that's what we've got there, isn't it? Adjectives and adverbs. But they're expanded. Say it again.
Expanded noun.
Expanded noun phrases. So I didn't even know that you knew that yet. That is brilliant. Yes, so we can have them. They help with everything. They help with setting. They help with character. But what else that characters do can help us? Not long now. What have I just done there to reassure you? Yeah, so I've used what? Yeah, dialogue. Okay? Dialogue. And I used something else there too, because you looked at the clock and I used dialogue. So these two go together. This one is another really hard word. Paralinguistics. 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 Why have I done that there? Paralinguistics. So what does that mean? It means, does anybody know paralinguistics? It means body language, because para means body and linguistics means language. So it's body language. So she looked at the clock, which is paralinguistics, and then I talked, which is dialogue. So they're the most, you've looked at all the things that you need on your tick list for your story. Okay, opening. We're only going to look at the opening. Can anyone think of anything else? Yes, Charlie.
I need to go now because
Have you got another lesson?
I'm going with my mum to a restaurant.
Oh, okay, have a lovely time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Wish I was going to a restaurant, you. Right. So adjectives and adverbs. This is what you're talking about, isn't it? Do you want to read that out for us? Can you see it?
Adjectives and adverbs make no sense for descriptive and interesting tasks. In your words, write that verb into your for the following your copy.
Okay, so write a sentence about what you think an adjective is and what you think an adverb is. You can even give an example if you want. And you can write yours in chat, Isabella. And Terence, you can write yours in chat if you're not on the beach. Are you there, Terence?
What was the
No,
question again?
The task is, in your own words, write definitions for adjective and adverb. Oh. You don't, Kelly. Pardon? What's that? Are you going to put yours in chat as well? Can you put yours in chat, please, Terence? That's nice and easy, isn't it? And then Miss Zara will check what you've written, okay? Oh, I've got Isabella's. Yeah, but what does it describe? Be more specific, please. Yes, it describes an action. What does an adjective describe? Who's done yours, Kelly? Have you done yours, Francis? Yeah, wow, very quick. Oh, sorry, yeah, just keep going. And now, yes, good girl, well done. Excellent. Right, we're going to have another task now. Look at this beautiful place. Oh, I would love to do it. So, what I want you to do now, I don't know how to get that off. Very annoying. So I want you to basically use some adjectives to describe what adjectives can we use to describe this setting, okay? So I want you to look at this setting and use some adjectives to describe it for me, please. And write it in sentences, okay? For example, the trees were big and brown. Yeah. I'd like you to write at least 4 sentences. Okay, off you go. I'm going to just give you 5 minutes to do that. I'm going to time you. So look at that picture. What can you see? So this is our setting, isn't it? Usually that's what our stories start with. They either start with settings or they start with the character. But it's always a description of them. You see it? Are you going to put yours in chat for me, Isabella and Terence? Look, what's that? Are colours adjectives? Lots of colours, isn't there? They're the colours that we see now, aren't they? I live right by a park, and when I look out of my window, that's what I can see, those colours. Okay, another couple of minutes, because you need to get used to writing quickly. So you should be able to do 4 sentences in 5 minutes. Done? Wow. You have a look at him and see what you think. Well, great. Right. Exactly. Well done. You've gone one step further. It's always the beginning of the story, that. Well done.
You know, that counts, doesn't it?
The park.
Yeah.
The heartbreaking stairs. Yeah, I mean, that's good. You've sort of made a list, haven't you? Yeah. So it would be nice maybe if you said the tall, large trees, and I can see the tall, large trees in the wood. Yeah. So maybe I didn't make it clear. So you need a main clause there, don't you? Yeah. To make it into that sentence. So you've got an object. We need a sentence, we need a subject as well, because that it makes complete sense on its own.
The very good adjectives.
Yeah.
Add something before or after.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to have a little go at that? Yeah. Well done. Excellent. Well, I think you all got nice little have you done yours, please? Isabella and Terence? Not yet. You doing one more for us, Kelly? I kind of like this one, you know, it just have it there, so everything's not gonna, it's like never gonna go away. Do you ever do that, Kelly? You know, do you ever get a cut on your finger, like a paper cut, and then all day you're hurting it, aren't you? Can't make it better. I should have put a plaster on it. Silly. Come on, Isabella. Are you nearly done? Terence, are you doing something or are you writing it on paper? Oh, we've got something. Lovely, Isabella. Can I read it out, please, Isabella?
Okay.
You want me to? No? Well, I am. The forest clearing is magical. So it's like yours. You called it a clearing. The old gnarled trees grow lush green leaves. Oh, that's lovely. Oak saplings grow on the dark forest floor. Pine trees thrive in the coniferous forest. Oh my goodness, well done. That's what I wanted to. If you were here, I'd give you a packet of sweets, but you're not here.
Next week.
Next week, come to get your prizes, Isabella. Well done, you're a very good writer. I love that word magical because that word creates a tone and an atmosphere, doesn't it? And I think it does look like a magical forest. That's the kind of forest that a fairy tale might start in, mightn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. That is really good, isn't it? Yeah. Does anybody know what it means, carnivorous? Do you want to tell us what it means, please, Isabella? The word carnivorous, what does it mean? Oh, you know this. Oh, yes, of course you have. Have you finished your work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Miss Sarah, what does it mean, carnivorous, please, Isabella?
It's like a forest that trees like lose their leaves. They're not evergreen.
Yeah, so there's growing, yes, there's lots of it, isn't it? It's that's like got loads of growing things there and it's full. Well done, really good, excellent. Oops. Okay, now let's see. We'll wait for Francis to come back and then I'm going to ask you to read this out for me, okay? Yeah. Right, Kelly's going to read this this idea for a setting of a story. So we use those kinds of adjectives and what you've all just done to make an opening to create the scene of the setting. Can you read that? Okay, am I in the way? You sure? I'll sit over here, shall I? Start my line. Amazing reading. So, what we're going to do now is find all the other language features that are in there as well. What can we find? The moon was high and bold. That's in the dark black sky. Kind of pathetic fallacy, do you think, as well? Because it's describing the moon and the weather and the sky, isn't it? Yeah.
You've got a comma between dark and black.
Oh, well done. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah, can't see it properly. Okay. It seemed to stare at me as I looked out of my window. What is that called? Yes. How do we spell that? Well done. Personification. Like mooncakes, isn't it? Did you have mooncakes last week? I found out today what the story of mooncakes is. I didn't know it. Do you know the story? Do you know the story? Do you know the story?
I think so.
Do you? Mooncakes? I didn't know until today.
I remember someone said last week, I think in Francis, or it might have been Isabella, about something to do with the moon.
It is to do with moon, and you go and look at the moon on mooncakes. But I also found out that it's about they were all plotting to get the emperor, the old emperor, and they hid the plots, the plans inside the mooncakes. Yes. Isn't that interesting? I was very fascinated by that. Okay. What is the moon thinking? I thought. What's missing from here? Perhaps. What is the moon thinking? What kind of punctuation is missing? Yes, there. Yeah, I thought. Okay. And that's personification as well, isn't it? The cold wind wrapped itself around the trees and made them shake like children, frightened and shivering. Lots of language features there, and another mistake. Pardon? Yes, exactly. And the cold wind wrapped itself around the trees. So can the wind wrap itself around things? So what's happened? Personification again. There's always lots of personification in the setting to make it more mysterious, maybe, or give it some atmosphere. Like children, frightened and shivering. So like children is what? Is a yes. Frightened and shivering. What are they? Yes. Well done. The black crows flew and ducked and dived and swiftly swept. What's that? Alliteration. Are you listening to all of this? Feel free to shout out Isabella or Terence. The dark green leaves behind them as they left the safe home. What kind of it's an adjective, isn't it, to describe the home? On the arms of the trees that they grew up in. So it's kind of just making the animals a bit more like people as well, isn't it? Now they were thrown into the dark night. So what kind of atmosphere do you think we've got here, this dark night? Is it happy or a bit scary? Yeah, what's making it scary? What words? The repetition of the words dark, that it's dark, dark, dark. That always makes it a bit scary. Okay, well done. Get rid of this. So, as we noticed there were a few little mistakes. Now, when you're writing a story, okay, or when you're writing anything, Your spelling, your punctuation, and your grammar is all going to be tested all together. Okay? So we've looked at some language features, we've looked at adjectives and adverbs, we've looked at what is good in a story at the beginning. Now, pretend you've written something, okay? And it's going to get marked. So you're the teachers now, okay? You're all the teachers. Look at this, if you can actually even read it. Francis, do you want to have a go? And you're going to be the teacher and you've got to mark this.
It was a cold day, but it's funny. That's okay. It's Andrea all the time, and she is annoyed with the weather. In the morning, she's not happy, but later it's going to come out, and she is happy now. And we got up now, but she doesn't mind nothing.
You're lucky it doesn't say cause. Sometimes my students write cause, C-O-Z. That's disgraceful, isn't it?
Because it was still warm and nice to play out with
All her friends. Okay, let's go through it then, sentence by sentence, if we can even make any sense of it. It was, it was, is there anything wrong there? It was, it's a letter, always. Do you all know what this stands for? Spag test. Yes. I bet your teachers love them, don't they? Spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Do you have WWW and EDI? No? What went well? Even better if? No? No. Do you get stickers? Oh, you're too old to get stickers now. Oh. And it was a cold day, so we need a capital letter. But that it should be sunny. Sunny, yeah. How do we spell sunny? Yes.
S-U.
We do. Is there anything else wrong even before that? Yeah, how do we spell should?
Yes.
Excellent, well done. What are they trying to say here? It was a cold day, but that it should be sunny. I think that there should, yeah?
Mother?
Yeah. Or it was a cold day, but they said it should have been sunny. Yeah? And then there's a comma here. Is that right? Or do you think it should be, what should it be? I think so, yeah. So that should have another capital. And what do we need after a so? Yes. So Kate. Yeah, why is that a capital letter? It's not at the beginning of a sentence. It's a what? It's a name, and what do we call that? Yes? A proper noun, because we're all proper, aren't we? You're a proper noun. I'm a proper noun. You're a proper noun. Terence is a proper noun if he exists. And Isabella is a proper noun. Miss Dara is a proper noun. Yeah, so we all have capital letters. So Kate is angry all the time. Kate is, yeah, angry all the time, and she is annoyed with the weather. Yes,
Well, it's spelled wrong.
it is. Yes, how should it be spelled?
W-H. Oh, great. W-E-H-R.
Clever boy, yeah. In the morning, she is not happy, but later the sun came out. That's a very typical Liverpool thing to do, that. The sun come out. And she was happy now. What's gone wrong there? Yeah. And also, if it's now, what about the verb tense? How do we know what tense it is? We're going to do this next week. Yeah.
As far as it was.
Yes. So if it's was, it's, yeah. If it's present tense, what verb do we use? It is, yes. And so she is happy now. There are lots of cloud. There are lots, yeah, lots of clouds, plural, but there are either, yes, either lots or a lot. And is a lot one word or two? If we put a lot in, if we put an A here, is there a space in between the A and the lot? Isabella? Yes, there is. It's two words. Okay, a lot. But lots of people put them together. There are a lot of clouds, plural, but she doesn't. What's missing there? An apostrophe. Why do we have an apostrophe? Is it for possession?
Because it's short.
It is. What do we call a shortened word? What do we call it when we put two words together? Do you know, Isabella, what we call it when we put two words together to make one word?
Compound word.
Put it?
Compound word.
It's called a contraction. C-O-N-T-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. Contraction. So we have an apostrophe, but she doesn't mind because, yes. How do we spell because?
B-C-A-S.
Well done. Because it was still warm and nice to play out with all her friends.
Friends in S.
No. Do we have an apostrophe on friends? No. Because it's plural. No, but I'm just saying, if we put an S on there, do we need an apostrophe?
Oh.
No, we don't. Good. Oh, well, you'll be good teachers, definitely. Definitely good teachers. Okay. Right, another task. Okay. Not long now. I hope you haven't got maths. You're tired, aren't you? You have, so that's maths you've got now. Are you good at maths? Are you good at maths? Oh, you're very good at English, so you must be excellent at maths. Are you better at maths? Well, you're very good at English, so you just must be like superstar maths. Right. So we've got these sentences, and we've got simple sentences. What is a simple sentence? Isabella, do you know? Put it. Shout out if you know what a simple sentence is. No, yeah, just one main clause. Yeah, like for example, can you read that out? That top example for me, please, Kelly. Exactly. Yeah. So we've just got two sentences there, two simple sentences, but we can expand it, can't we? Using adjectives and adverbs, adjectives, yeah, and any other language features as well, making it into a more complicated sentence, either a compound sentence or a complex sentence. Excellent. Okay, would you read this out for us, please?
When your man started and stumbled up the crooked winding road, he lifted his hand and not asking on the old gigantic head.
Excellent. Well done. I think I should be giving you a little break. Don't you think? I think we should do a little break next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we should probably, I'm going to give you We'll just read this out, and now before we do the ones that you're going to try for your final test, you can just have a little 5-minute break. You've got another one after this, haven't you? Or we'll have a little, and next week I will do it earlier, okay, Isabella? I'll give you a break about 5. No, about 5:15. We'll have a break next week, okay? So remind me, because I'll forget. You're going to be in charge of reminding me, Francis. Do you forget? What about you, Kelly? Do you forget easily, or do you forget Miss Sarah's experience phrase? 5:15, we've got to have a break.
Right.
Okay, Isabella, remember that. Right, Isabella, can you read out the simple sentence, please? The next simple sentence. The stray.
The stray dog ate organic food.
Good. Could you get the expanded sentence, please, Kelly?
Mine is straight up. Down the brain.
Excellent. Okay, so you can have a little break now. So go to the toilet if you need to, or if you need to have a drink of water, if you want to eat your lollipop. Yes, of course you can. You've drank some water. Yeah, I've forgotten because I did used to do a break and I've just completely forgotten. So sorry.
That clock's 5 minutes behind.
Oh, is it? Maybe. Yes, it is, yeah. Oh, so you haven't done long at all. We'll just only do this next task and then that'll be it. You've finished. You've done lots today. I think what I'll do, I just need to know how many people that might take a little booklet. And then you've got your homework as well to take home. I'll do that for next. You've got a little booklet, okay? So that your mum can see how you're getting on as well. What school did you say you go to? Northway, where's that? Northway. I don't know where that is, you. No. L15, what's it near? Oh, okay. By West Derby, going up to Mill Lane. Oh, okay, so over that way, past the clock. Yeah, fine. Oh, so yeah, you're up the road, aren't you? Yeah, that's handy. And have you got a best friend at school? Did you do your homework and bring it, or did you forget it, Francis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I have a little look? Of course. Oh. You're doing okay. Oh gosh. Do you know where the toilet is? Oh, did you when you told me to say okay. Oh, did you? What, are you cold?
Yeah.
So we did start late then, because well, no, now that clocks.
Yeah, I was just watching that one as well.
Yeah, oh, okay. Because sometimes on a Saturday, I wonder why they're all, maybe that's why they're all looking at that clock and because they're thinking, she's going to keep us. You have to tell me, don't you, Francis? Too friendly. Excellent. You could have used a colon after that. Let me tell you the plan. Or a colon, maybe 2 dots. 1 o'clock is eating delicious new painful. I love it. I bought these mooncakes from Malaysia. Is this true?
Everything else is not. I did my tickets to Malaysia.
Did you? Have you been to Malaysia this year?
Yeah.
Do you? Have you got family there? Is it beautiful? Oh, I can imagine. Did you go anywhere this summer? Northern Ireland, oh, that's good. Not quite as exciting as Malaysia, is it? And where? Oh, I love the Cotswolds. It's gorgeous. That's really nice. Party taking place in the Mooncake Fest. Good. I hope you can come. Loads of my friends are coming to see you soon. Good. The only problem with that is from Francis needs to be that size. Okay, that's the absolutely only one thing. That is perfect. I'm going to give you 12 out of 12. Brilliant work. Okay. Excellent. Right. Brilliant. Tell your dad you did really, really well. How was the cathedral okay?
It's like Founders Day, so
Yeah.
stupid, like 186 years of the school.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Do you have yours in the Anglican cathedral?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my kids used to go to the Catholic cathedral and they hated it. They always used to try and get a note not to go.
That's terrible. Some kids just don't go.
I know.
There's that many people there. You know what?
But ours all had to put like a thing in, like this, used to have a box and you'd have to put a note in. Like you'd be given a number, so if that number wasn't there, you'd get detention.
Oh, I see. That's strict now.
Right, okay, so this is your last task of the day. Okay. I would like you, are you back, Isabella? Terence, the last task. So did you do that in this week, Isabella? Did you write an email? No? Yes.
Can I get my email so
Yeah, of course you can. Okay, so I want you to have a go at these sentences now. Could you read them out for us, please, Kelly? And do what I did in the others. Brilliant. Okay, so you've got 10 minutes-ish to have a go at this. And then we'll mark them for you. And then that's that. I'm just going to, your homework this week, I'll give it you just after you do this, okay? Oh, I'm starving.
They think of it all that.
I know, but last week, and I'm going to teach you tomorrow again. I haven't got as busy a day tomorrow, but today's really, really busy. I teach all day, and I teach in university, so I'm really tired. And then I come here, and then last week on Friday, and it's not last night I went and got Chinese food.
Terrible time coming here. I went shopping because me and my friend were going to this concert, but it was a while away. We thought we were going to have to use to get an outfit. So then I was like, well, I told you I've got to be on the bus by 3. But then it got to 3:15. I was still in the change rooms of H&M, and I was like, oh no, I've missed the bus. So then we got a bit lost walking through town. So we managed to come from Primark down by the pier head on one road. So you're like this, oh no. So then my friend was like, it's all right, it's not that late. And I was like, it's late, I'm missing it. And then she was like, what? I was like, it's only missing me. So then we all like, I know, we had like either running around with like Primark bags.
Where are your bags then?
But I'm a mum, so loads of uni students was getting off the bus, it was packed. And then I'd say it got to around 4:20, and I was only on Smithdown Road. So my mum remember that, Zara, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm on Smithdown Road. And she was like, oh, Zara. So she had to like drive to Smithdown Road.
Mums
I know,
Mums.
she drove there,
Oh,
and then I was at the bus stop, and she got me and drove me back up. Yeah, but I couldn't. I told my friends I need to be at the bus stop at 3 o'clock. So first we went for McDonald's, then we went for Primark, then we went to H&M. I mean, it couldn't have gone more wrong.
that's a good story, Zara. Well, you'll have to get my number off your mum, and
Yeah.
then you can just tell me. So don't ever worry. And also, you need to send those details as well.
Oh, of course. I
So-
have my card on me.
Oh, okay. I'll take just write them down. Write them down for me. And then I've got them. Oh. You need me to get out of the way. That's what I'll do next week. Then I'll make a little booklet. So if you've got any ideas as well of what you think, what the young kids are into, like, what kind of stories and stuff. Next week, we're going to look at characters, making a character.
I always think stories that end on a cliffhanger are a bit more interesting
Yeah,
than
yeah.
the family ever after as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can have a sequel.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll do characters next week, okay? Creating a character. Okay, just a couple of minutes. How are you getting on, Francis?
On the last one.
Good. How are you getting on, Kelly? Oh, fantastic. Are you going to put yours in chat for me, Isabella?
What are we doing with sentences?
Now, you're doing sentences now. So you're adding adjectives or adverbs to make them into complex or compound sentences. So the old house, the house was old and scary. What could we add to that? The girl didn't like going to school because, or the girl didn't like going to school. However, she loved going to the supermarket. The girl didn't like going to the horrible school. Or the naughty girl didn't like going to the horrible school, but she loved going to her friend's house. Well, you've done really, really well again. You're so clever. You need to make it a bit harder next week. Both of you. So your favourite story is James and the Giant Peach? Yeah. Are you reading a book at school? Or, yeah, what are you reading? Oh, yeah. Is it good? Susan Carmen. Oh, yeah, you always do that in year 5. Yes. You do the ancient Egyptians and things like that, yeah. sometimes you make something, don't you, to do with it, like a pyramid or something like that. Have you been to the museum in town and looked at them? Have you been there? Loads of I used to take my kids there all the time because it was free. In the end, they hated it. But have you been to the art gallery? The Walker Art Gallery, if you like art. Very pretty. That's brilliant, Isabella. Well done. What do you think of it? It's very good, yeah. They have some really good paintings, very powerful. Do you like modern art then, or more classical? You like classical? Yeah, I do too. Let's see, I keep needing to check. Oh gosh, we need to finish. Okay, well done. Thank you, Isabella. So the homework for next week is to write the opening setting of a story. So you've almost what you did today with that setting, okay? So think of a good setting, all right? You don't need, you can introduce the character if you want, but we're gonna look at the character in more depth next week. So this week, all I want you to do is look at sound, but I do want you to think about your spelling, punctuation and grammar, and try to use personification, try to use a simile, maybe use an idiom if you can, okay? Just the opening, so just one paragraph is more than enough. Okay, Isabella, I'll see you next week. Well done.